Hey Lydia, it's Des here. So from the last time that I saw you, which was on Monday, I brought my car to you and we found out three things. One, my ECU wasn't accepting a chip from you. Two, the throttle position sensor wasn't reading correctly. It wasn't getting 5-volt reference and it wasn't putting out a signal at idle, like 0.98 volts or anything. Then we also tried to jumper it with a 5-volt reference signal from the fuel rail pressure sensor, and we weren't even getting 5-volt reference with it plugged in. Only 5-volt reference with it unplugged, which was all weird. So it was a big electrical issue that you told me that wasn't tune related. So I took the car home and was gonna spend this weekend repairing the engine harness or figuring out and inspecting any of the wires that were damaged, because that's the only thing I could think of. So upon my journey to figure out what we did wrong or what I did wrong, when I went to take off this connector because I was going to remove the entire engine harness, I discovered that this connector wasn't even plugged in all the way and this fastener was really loose. It was like a quarter of an inch of the way popped up. And so I was like, whoa, that wasn't supposed to be like that. I didn't touch anything like that. We didn't touch anything like that. So I plugged it back in, tightened the fastener down, and went to run some tests. So what I found out is I have 5-volt reference at the throttle position sensor. There's 5-volt reference at the fuel rail pressure sensor with it plugged in. And I'm getting a high reading on the wide open throttle position counts on the SCT's tuner. So right here I want to show you, I've got the brown and white wire pinned for the 5-volt reference signal, and I already have it connected to the power wire. There's the gauge. Let me connect it to a ground right now. And there's that 5-volt reference. There it is right there. Also, I want to show you that with the fuel rail sensor plugged in on the brown and white wire, we also have 5 volts. And that's me touching the ground. So then the next thing I wanted to test was, well, let me go ahead and start data logging this. Well, when you told me that the throttle position sensor was reading low, you said that it should be reading somewhere around 800 or 900, and mine was only reading around 700 at wide open throttle. So you said that was definitely an issue too that wasn't tune related. So right here you can see I'm logging the throttle position sensor. So right now it's at idle. I'm gonna crack it open. So here we go. That's about halfway. And there's wide open throttle. I cracked wide open throttle and it's reading about 950 counts. I'll let it out. That's at idle. I'll crack it back open. And there we go. I'm at 950 volts. You can see it on the graph right there. And the only thing I changed from when you last saw the car, I didn't change anything. I just put it in the garage and I left it alone. I figured I was gonna think about it and figure out what I was gonna do. So I came in here today to work on it. Only thing I did was plug this thing all the way down in. I'm guessing it was plugged in just enough that the car was able to start and run. And I ran a test. I kind of like unplugged it a little bit and I plugged in the intercooler fans and they would turn on, but I wouldn't get readings from places. So that was confirming that this so far right there was the issue. So I have all those readings good to go. The car, it starts up, everything's good. I don't really know where else to look. So yeah, I just want to let you know that I corrected that issue, and thanks for your help.